attempting to rank every 21 Pilots song ever. Dread it, run from it, hide from it. The end is near. Let's get to it. Now, 21 Pilots are my absolute boys, okay? And I've attempted to rank every song before, but now I feel like since Breach is out, it's appropriate to re-rank. And, you know, as much as I'd love to do what this comment said, which I'll throw on the screen, where he basically said rank everything they've ever done ever, including all live performances, Mute Math sessions, MTV Unplugged, everything ever. As much as I'd love to do that, I don't have the rest of my life to spare on that. But I will meet you in the middle, and I'll throw in regional at best. I'll throw in self-titled, and we're just gonna try to rank every song. I do have the list in front of me. I've tried to curate a list. There's 115 songs. So we're gonna fly through a lot of these, okay? I'll give like brief reasons as to why I have them ranked where I do. Before we get any further into this video, leave a like on this video and subscribe, as well as hitting that bell notification. Never miss out on a future upload. Let's get to it. Ranking every 21 Pilots song from worst to best, in my opinion. Remember, my opinion. If your favorite song is last, I'm sorry. I promise it won't affect you. Let's get to it. I'm going to be looking forward a lot because I'm reading my list, but in 115th place, I went with regional at best version of Trees. This song is just kind of irredeemable, especially compared to the quality of the official release on Vessel. This song is a slap in the face of what Trees is, okay? It's just bad. Next, I have Be Concerned off of Regional at Best. Another just kind of lackluster song. I think it's miles better than that Trees version from Regional at Best, but it's still not great. Then it's tough to rank the songs that are on Vessel. I just threw Ode to Sleep from Regional at Best on here because I think the Vessel version is just so much better. And hearing how good it really is compared to what this version is, it's going to slot way down the list. Then, maybe a spicy take. I went with the Pantaloon off of Self-Titled. I'm just not a very big fan of this song. I don't think it's that catchy, and I think it gets a little bit annoying. Ahead of that, on Skilled and Icy, I went with Bounce Man. Just one of the most forgettable songs they've ever made. I think it's sweet, although I don't think it's a bad song, which is crazy because we're at 111. That just shows how good they are. Bounce Man's just very forgettable. Then I went with Clear off of Regional at Best. Again, just kind of a mid song. After that, it was tough. I went with Lovely. Now for me, when I listen to Lovely, I listen to the actual good version and not the super auto-tuned Regional at Best version. So that's kind of what this ranking is. It's the good version of Lovely. This song actually has a special place in my heart, but admittedly, it's not a very great song in comparison to the rest. Then I went with Car Radio on Regional at Best. Just not as good as the original. I don't know, it was really hard to rank these ones. So then off of Self-Titled, I went with Before You Start Your Day. Just, I don't know. A lot of these songs that are in the bottom here are kind of forgettable for me in comparison to the rest of their discography. Then I went with a song that I notoriously am not that big of a fan of, even though I know a lot of people love it. I went with Choker. Yeah, I don't really like it. I think the rap verses aren't great. I think the chorus is boring, and it doesn't do anything special for me. I know that might be a spicy take. Then, it's crazy seeing how low some of these Regional at Best versions are and how high up the real versions are. Regional at Best, Holding On To You, it's just not the perfect version that we all know. So, it's gonna rank here. Then I went with Formidable, exclamation mark on Mid Bubble. It's alright. It's a cute song, but it's not one of my favorites. Then I have Saturday, low key, admittedly, kind of a banger still, okay? It's catchy. I know he wishes he never wrote it, blah, 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 yap. Then I went with their cover, Cancer. I know people really don't like this song very much, but I think it's nice, and it holds like a special place in my heart. This is when I first started getting into them. I think it's chill, you know? It's very sad, and I think they did a decent job at it. Then I went with Christmas Saves the Year. Oh my god, what a classic. Now, this song's actually quite good. This is where the list takes a big step up in my opinion, because this song's very enjoyable. It's just, I only listen to it during Christmas. Next up, we have the Regional at Best version of Guns for Hands. As I've said about all the other ones, it's just not quite what the normal version of this song is on Vessel, but it's still solid, so I'm gonna have it up here at number 100. Then I went with, this was tough, the Craving Jenna's version. That hurts to say out loud. This song, it's very adorable. It's a very great, like, written song. but it's just not special for me, and it's not one I revisit ever. It's a very personal song. I love that it's out in the world, and I think it's very special for Tyler and of course Jenna, but for Buddy Cake, not so much, you feel me? Then I went with Johnny Boy. I feel the chorus on this is a little bit repetitive, and it's not my favorite, but it's still a pretty solid song. Ahead of that, I went with House of Gold. Maybe a crazy take. House of Gold, Vessel, it's just not my favorite song. It really isn't. I think the writing is great, and it's catchy, but it's nothing incredible compared to the rest of their songs ahead of it. Spicy take, I went with Never Take It. I kind of like this song, I really do. I know it's not great. I know the guitar solo is like kind of mid. I know there's nothing special about this song. Then I went with Not Today. Low-key a fun song. Kind of an anthem for me for a little bit when Blurryface first came out. It's just forgettable on the Blurryface track list, in all honesty. Then I went with Heathens. You will see another version of Heathens on this list. Ahead of it, I didn't do the mute math sessions and whatnot because it was really hard for me to decipher something like Heavy Dirty Soul. I'm like, okay, but he screams in the mute math one, which makes it better than the normal studio one, but the normal studio one is better than the mute. You know, it was hurting my brain. So I just didn't do the mute math one. But Heathens, the original, I have right here. Crazy it's ranked this low. This is, of course, a staple 21 Pilots song, but it's kind of just overdone. Like, I'm sick of it at this point. Live, though, it's incredible, especially with what they've done with it on the Clancy and Breach tours. Then I went with We Don't Believe What's on TV. This is, I'm telling you guys, this is like, the list is consistently very good, okay? This is, don't get me wrong, but every song from this point on is like baller. We Don't Believe What's on TV, super catchy, staple song on Blurryface in my opinion. It's incredible, again, especially live. Then I went with Fairly Local. I think it kind of just blurs into the Blurryface track list. It is a banger. I love the instrumental to this. It hits so hard. The aura this song has, but it's also very 2016, very Blurryface, and it doesn't age as well as some of the others. Then I went with the single version of The Craving. It's more upbeat. I think the song for the album being Jenna's version makes a lot more sense, but as just a listening, like putting on the song, this song's sweet. It's got a catchy little groove to it. It's adorable. It's fun. It was playing at the casino the first time I went to the casino, so there's some lore. I didn't win any money. Then I have Lavish. Oof. Rapping this song is so addicting. The chorus is chill. I don't know. I like Lavish. We have March to the Sea. Song off of Self-Titled. It's chill. It's kind of forgettable for me. I don't know. I think it's a little bit stronger than the songs below it, obviously, but like in a writing standpoint, but it's also not one I return to more than some songs like Lavish or Fairly Local, etc. Then I went with, this is a spicy one. You guys aren't going to like that. I went with The Run and Go. I know people really don't like this song. I love this song. This song's super catchy. I think it's very much for the times, but I like that about it, and I don't know, I've always just liked this one. Then I went with the regular version of Doubt off of Blurryface. This, as well as some others on Blurryface like Fairly Local, all kind of mesh together and just feel too similar on the Blurryface track list, but this of course sparked something special. We ended up getting the Doubt demo, which you'll see a little bit ahead of this, but it's still cool. I like it. Then I went with Oh Miss Believer off of Self-Titled. I think Oh Miss Believer is just a nicely written song. It's not one of my favorites. It's kind of just middle of the pack, but it's still chill. Then I went with Mulberry Street. Mulberry Street is one of the more interesting songs on Skilled and Icy in my opinion. I like the writing. I like the live performance of it, of course, and I think it's just like an important song on that track list. Like if I were to redo Skilled and Icy and like take some songs out, I wouldn't take out Mulberry Street, you know what I mean? Then I went with Lane Boy. Kind of like Lavish. It's one of those guilty, like, feel-good songs. Rapping the song is so fun. It has too many questionable lyrics to have it any higher, even though it's an absolute staple in my 21 Pilots fandom. And admittedly, some of those questionable lyrics should knock it down this list a little bit more, but it's too iconic. I have to have it here. Then I went with Ruby. I actually think this song's quite solid on Regional at best. I think the writing's good. I think the vocal performance is a lot of fun, and it's just an interesting track. Next up, I went with Tear in My Heart. Tear in My Heart is, of course, very infamous for 21 Pilots. I can't believe I'm only at 82 right now. This list is going to take years. Oh my god. At 81, I went with the Doubt demo. I think this is a step above the regular version of Doubt. I think it's more fun. I love the auto-tune kind of effect to it. And I think the way they switch like the chorus up and the pre-chorus, all that, they switch things around. It just flows better and it's more fun. Although I think the normal version of Doubt fits Blurryface's aesthetic better, this one is all around a better song. This one was super tough for me to rank. It feels too low, but also it's a song I visit the least out of my favorite 21 Pilot songs, and that is Intentions. I think this song is absolutely incredible. I think it is so perfect for the story with Dima and all this lore to finally come to an end, especially using that true sample but in reverse. But it's gutting, and I can't return to it. It's still like an 8 out of 10 song. You know, that's how good we're at right now. I'm at 80th place and these are 8 out of 10 songs. It's just too hard to revisit, so I had to slot it a little bit lower because you're not going to listen to this on a daily basis. And if you do, seek help, please. Then I went with A Car, A Torch, A Death, a classic on Self-Titled. This one I was revisiting a lot back in the day, and I still put it on occasionally to this day. Then, let me try to pronounce this right, Anathema on Regional at Best. This song's a banger, okay? We have classic verses. We have crazy instrumental. We have crazy energy. This is a hood classic. When I first discovered Regional at Best, this was on repeat. Then I went with Polarize. Again, this feels similar to those Fairly Locals, those Doubts on Blurryface, but Polarize does a little something extra for me, and I'm so glad they brought it back on that Breach tour. That was insane. Polarize is fantastic. I've always enjoyed this one. Then ahead of that, I went with Semi-Automatic. Semi-Automatic is brilliant. It's a great song off of Vessel. The writing is super interesting. The subject matter is very heavy, and it's just a vibe all the way through. Then I went with Smithereens, a love song off of Trench. This song is very, very good. And this is, again, I feel like another point of the list where it really takes a step up. Like, if the songs below that were kind of like 7s or 8s out of 10s, these are like 8.5 out of 10 songs, which is so crazy because look where we're at, okay? We're at, oh God, I'm a glazer. Smithereens is fantastic. Great production, great singing, great writing. It's just a little bit more of a less interesting song on something like Trench. Then very slightly ahead of it, I went with Robot Voices, and the reason for that is I think it's a little bit more unique. This is such a weird approach to a song, and there's no other 21 Pilots song that sounds like this. Then I went with Implicit Demand for Proof. This is an absolute banger. Crazy song off of Self-Titled. I love this one. I still return to it to this day. Another song I return to off of Self-Titled is Air Catcher. I think the writing on this is incredible. I like his vocals on it, and the instrumental is very good. It's just an interesting song all the way through. Again, super hard to rank, but at 71st place. Yes, 71st place. I went with Truce. Truce is something that takes me back, you know. Vessel is very important. This is an incredible way to close out that album, and it's an incredible, very memorable and important song in 21 Pilots history, especially now after Breach. So it's just, again, one of those songs that's so hard to just return to. So replay value is low, but the song and the writing is great. So I'm going to meet it kind of in the middle here. Then I went with Screen. I think Screen is brilliant. The We're Broken People line is insanely relatable. Like, it's, you know, it hits. The writing is amazing. I think it's a little bit better than like a Semi-Automatic. It was kind of like this or that for me, but I do think it's better than Semi-Automatic, and I think it's better than some of the songs below it, obviously. Then I went with Legend off of Trench. This song is brilliant. I love the writing. It's very sweet. It's very sad. It hits hard, but it's such like a good feeling song. But on the Trench track list, it's hard to overtake a lot of those because Trench is their best album in my opinion, and it just has so many classics. Then I went with a hood classic off Blurryface, Hometown. This is a staple song for them in my opinion. I love this song. It reminds me of where I'm from, which is cool, and just like the neighborhood, the city, and it's a feel-good song. I love it. It's very important, and the writing's great. Then I went with Snapback. Not my favorite on Clancy, but a very well-written song and very important to the story of Clancy and like that album and that time of Tyler's life. I think it's fantastic. I love the second half of the song. It really elevates it in my opinion. Then I went with Slowtown. Oh my God, Slowtown's so good. Slowtown's so good. The instrumental is such a good feeling, you know, the writing's great and the energy's amazing. Great track. Then I went with Friend Please. I just think this song's brilliant. I really do. I don't have much to say other than that. I think, you know, all the things I've been saying. The writing's great. His voice sounds great. It's fantastic. It's a hood classic. Then, maybe a weird choice to have on this list. I went with the Stranger Things version of Heathens. This was during peak Stranger Things, like season 4, when everyone still liked the show and Will wasn't still talking about his sexual preference and whatnot. this was amazing. The build up with like the Vecna clock and like him giving his speech, and then the way the beat comes in, and it's literally the Stranger Things beat. It goes so hard. I love this song. I love this version of the song. It's amazing. I wish they used it in the show or something. I have it at 64th. I like it that much. Then I went with The Hype off of Trench. Crazy it's this low. I find myself thinking The Hype is like lower in Trench's album like ranking in terms of like my favorite songs, but it's still fantastic, which just shows you how good Trench really is. Then we have a banger on Skilled and Icy. I went with Good Day. I love this song to death. Good Day is such a feel-good song. I say every time I talk about this song, it is so eerie knowing the whole story, and it feels like the intro to a television show. He's giving this fake, like, positive energy while singing about these horrible, sad things, and it's all just a facade because Dima's making him do it for this show. Like, it's great. I love it, and it adds to how much I like this song, let alone it being just a great song. Then we got Midwest Indigo. This song's great. I think the writing's great on this. I love how it's like about Ohio and like when he was in school and whatnot, and the instrumentals, of course, amazing. I just think this is such a sweet song. It's a little bit more forgettable for me in terms of Clancy, just because Clancy's so strong, but it's still a fantastic song. Top 60. Then I went with Level of Concern. Oh my god, times was rough over here. Of course, this song was written during the pandemic, released during the pandemic. It is an iconic song. It still gets radio play. This song, if you haven't listened to it in a minute, put it back on. It makes you feel so good. It really does. Slightly out of that, I have two back-to-back right here that might be bold. And it's probably just because they're a little played out. But I couldn't rank them any lower because people would probably be at my doorstep with pitchforks. I went with Ride and Stressed Out. And I'm going to talk about them both. These songs are both great, okay? Especially something like Stressed Out. I think the writing is immaculate on something like Stressed Out. And Ride. Ride's rap verse is so fun to rap along to. The chorus is great. These songs are so played out though. Very 2016 at this point. Like if they never perform these live again, I think I'd be okay with it, kind of thing, you know, but that's just not going to happen. But they're still fantastic, you know, they're still very key songs in their discography, some of the biggest songs they've ever released, and that especially speaks for the time, but I think they have such better songs these days. Then I went with Fall Away off of self-titled. Fall Away, what can I say? Some of his best penmanship yet, okay? The piano's fantastic, it is iconic, the rap verses are just the craziest thing. Like still to this day, there's not a lot of songs that he's out-rapped himself with in terms of that one. It's iconic. And then I went with Trapdoor, which is beautiful. I love the singing on this, the writing's amazing. Another great song. It was very close between this and Fall Away, but I went with Trapdoor. Ahead of that, I went with Backslide. Very important song. This song hits like a truck. The first time I heard the song, oh my god, it was really hitting. It made me want to cry. The message behind the song is brilliant. Of course, the music video, Josh just grilling some dogs. Maybe a bold take off of Skilled and Icy. I went with The Outside. I love this song. I think the groove to it's amazing. I love the rap verse. I think it's a lot of fun. The chorus is addicting. One of the best on Skilled and Icy. It's just a good song. Then from Vessel, I went with Fake You Out. Hood classic, okay? I love the electronic sound of this. I love the fact there's a guitar involved in this song. Like, hello, what are we talking about? The writing is fun. The chorus is incredible. The progression is great. It's a good song. Top 50. Then I went with Taxi Cab. Oh, real ones now. Taxi Cab is debatably, it's close to being my favorite on self-titled. It is so good. I need to see this live someday. I don't think they'll ever do it. I don't even know if they're going to come back and tour one day. We're not going to talk about that, okay? Taxi Cab, brilliant. Then I went with Cottonwood. This song is so good off of Breach. Now, I don't return to it a ton because it's pretty sad, but he said it was written for his grandpa. The way he uses these cottonwood trees like as a reference to his grandpa. Oh my god, it hits too hard. It's so emotional, but it's so well written. Fantastic song. Production's great. The ending's amazing. Addict with a Pen. I know it's kind of a cop-out to have this so high in terms of my self-titled ranking. Addict with a Pen is just brilliant. Again, penmanship on point. The progression is incredible. The emotions are heavy. This song's brilliant. Made me cry when I was a child, okay? Then I went with Forest. Again, another cop-out. Just a hood classic on Regional at best. Forest is brilliant. I'm so glad he brought this back into tour elements recently, you know? During like Clancy tour. It's such a good song. And if you were around for the Regional at Best kind of era and got into him around that time, you know what this song did, okay? It was there when you needed it, kind of thing. Then I went with Shy Away, of course, the biggest single, I would say, off of Skilled and Icy. I do believe it's the biggest song on Skilled and Icy. It has to be. Shy Away, very fun, very upbeat, catchy. This was a statement when it came out as a single after something like Trench. This was such a switch up. People were like, what is going on? And then that album happened and people were still like, what is going on? But Shy Away is a lot of fun. It's a good time. Then I went with Cut My Lip. This one was tough to rank. I find myself not returning to this nearly as much as the rest of the songs on Trench, but it's still great. I love the switch ups on this song. I feel like it's a very unique, another song that you can't really find another one quite like for 21 Pilots. It's fun. It's not their best, but it's still great. At 46th, I went with One Way. This one was really tough to rank because it's so short, but for the track, like the runtime that it does have, oh my god, is it so catchy. I can't believe they didn't do this on the tour. It is so much fun. Great time. The writing is underrated. The chorus is brilliant. It's just a great time. If it was longer, it would probably be way higher on this list if there was another verse or two. I went with Isle of Flightless Birds. If it's not number one, it's like number two, but I think this is number one. Oh my god, this song. Oh my god, this song. I love Flightless Birds, especially the way he did it live in the pop-up shows at like what was that place called? The New York City pop-up show. He did it right before the Clancy album came out. When he hits that long note, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Maybe I'll throw a video on the screen. And if this isn't number one on self-titled, which I do believe it is, it's very close because it is just brilliant. The writing is incredible. I feel like the writing on this song really connects to something like Breach. Like, it is crazy. I saw a crazy edit with this song that just like blew my mind because it was so connected to the current storyline. Re-listen to this song, listen to the words, and tell me this isn't him talking about like Dima and stuff. It's crazy. Then I went with Oldie Station. Very tough to rank. I think realistically it should be higher, but I don't revisit it nearly as much as some of these other songs, and that's not really fair to it. But Oldie Station, staple song, of course. Like, it is so important. Push On Through is of course one of the most iconic lyrics he's written in a long time, telling us where Tyler's at in his life. It's a brilliant song. Next up, I went with Message Man, one of my favorites on Blurryface. Aura, especially the live version with the Ritual. Oh my god, it is too good. You would think we're not rooting for the guy upstairs but the one downstairs when you see the way he performs this song, but that is not the case. Okay, Message Man, incredible, super catchy. The verses are so great, and it just has like an aura to it. I love it. Then I went with Bandito, classic. Song drags on a little bit, but it's so powerful. The singing's incredible. Telling us like building up this storyline and being that we are banditos and stuff. It's peak. Then I went with Kitchen Sink. If you know, you know. Kitchen Sink from Regional at Best. I feel like newer fans who listen to this are gonna be like, it's kind of mid. But if you like grew up, you know, as in your fandom and had this song when it was fresh, you know why this song's so good. That's true, right? Long-term fans, let me know in the comments below if you get what I mean. Penmanship goes crazy, okay? Zach Joseph pops in and spits them bars. He had Eminem sweat. I swear to God. This song is so emotional. The way he screams, "Leave Me Alone" at the end, it is one of the most emotional tracks he's ever released, and that's saying a lot. Then I went with Days Lie Dormant, such an underrated song. I don't return to it nearly as much as I should. It's so good. I love the pace of it. I love the energy of it. It hits like a truck. It starts off with a bang. It's great all the way through. Slightly ahead of it though, I do have Center Mass. I think Center Mass is a lot of fun. Again, very unique 21 Pilots song. He stated in like a interview that you have to listen to this a few times before it becomes like something you like a little bit more. And right when I heard it, I liked it. And it does keep growing on you, it really does. Rapping is incredible, the production is so weird, the beat is just like a controlled chaos. It is so fun, and the way it sets up the next song is amazing. Now this one's so fresh. This is I'm recording this a day after it dropped. Don't freak out because the original is much higher on this list, and for that reason, just because I know how good the original is, I put the new mix of Drag Path, the one from the YouTube video and the one that's like on Spotify, and I'll talk about it more with where I put the real version. It doesn't pay off as much as the original. I feel like it's too rushed. It's still good. I like the drums in it, but it's definitely a little too rushed. It doesn't feel as earned when you get to that big moment, and they cut out the most emotional part. So this new mix, it's still a fantastic song, and it probably would have been higher if it was the only version of this song we have, but just because I know how good the original mix is, It's gonna go all the way down here. Does that make sense? Next up, I went with Routines in the Night. This might be a little bit low. Big song, okay? This is one of the most important songs on Clancy and like the Breach era too. Good storytelling, very good writing, very good metaphors. Important song, everyone can relate to it in ways. It's just great. The rap verses are so fun as well. Next up, I went with No Chances off of Skilled and Icy. Oh my god, the aura. I wish Skilled and Icy did more of this. I really do. I wish it started off kind of like Good Day, Shy Away, The Outside, and then got like No Chances, Redecorate, like the heavier, sadder, scarier songs near the end where you're trying to run away from these bishops. I don't know, I have a whole thing about Skilled and Icy, how I would have executed it, but No Chances is phenomenal. And right above it, I went with Redecorate, which is again phenomenal. Amazing writing, the best written song on Skilled and Icy. I wish we got more of this, I really do. It is so good, and it's a staple song on that album for sure. One of their best closers too, which is important because album closers are so important. Now, again, probably a very bold take here because I've seen people not have this nearly as high as I do. I went with The Judge. I love this song, and it's like, I know this is kind of just like a me thing to have it at 34th. The Judge is beautiful. Singing's great. The verses are amazing. I love the way the song builds up and progresses. Even the little things like him yelling Josh Dunn in the background. It's such a fun song, and it's so good to sing along to. One of my favorites for sure, on Blurry Face especially. Ahead of that, I went with Levitate. Levitate's incredible, don't get me wrong. It's just so short. I wish it was longer. You could say that again. Levitate's incredible. I think this is debatably his best rapping. I think this and like Overcompensate, City Walls, those have some of his best rapping abilities on display. And this song has no chorus. It's just straight pace, you know? It's just bars, and it's incredible. Very unique for 21 Pilots, staple song on Trench. Amazing. Ahead of that, I went with Raw Fear. Banger. Very catchy track. One of the most catchy on Breach. Probably the most catchy song on Breach is Raw Fear. It's so much fun. Production's great. I love the little things like his daughter screaming in the beginning. The writing is so fun. That verse, you know the verse I'm talking about, incredible. And the chorus, you're singing it right now. Very slightly ahead of that. It was very much a toss-up. I went with Garbage. I think Garbage's subject matter just does a little bit more for me than Raw Fear. Garbage is an all-around very relatable song. I love the little breakdown. I love how it slows down at moments, picks back up. I love when they add the little guitar at the end. It's just a great song, and it progresses and it pays off. Then a song I cannot believe they've never done live, At the Risk of Feeling Dumb. Very important song to me. Super relatable, super emotional, and they turn it into this rock banger, and it's incredible. I love this song. This is a 9 out of 10 song, and we're at 30. So this just kind of tells you where we're at. Okay, realistically, I'd give this like, I want to be technical, like an 8.6 out of 10. Yes, that's the number that pops in my mind when I think about The Risk of Feeling Dumb. Song's amazing. Build-up's amazing. The last chorus is bananas. It goes dumb. At the risk of feeling. Period. Next I went with Vignette. Oh, just so good. The synth at the end, the synth solo, so good, so unique. The chorus is brilliant. His singing is so bold and unique for one of their tracks. Verses are great. This is one of my favorite songs to go back to. One of my most played on Clancy for sure. And admittedly, I revisit the song more than a lot of the songs ahead of it, but I do think the songs ahead of it are stronger in terms of all-around songs. Something like Morph. Morph is, oh my gosh, speaking of brilliant singing and unique singing on a chorus, Morph does that. I love the way this song flows. I love the verses. I love the introduction to Nicholas Bourbaki, you know, Nico. And it's just such a brilliant track. Production is some of the best they've had. Singing's amazing. Chorus is great. Rap verses are amazing. It's just a perfect song. It really is. 8.8 out of 10. I don't know. Then I went with The Line. This one was super tough to rank. If the scream was in the song, it could be even higher. But just on surface level, The Line's brilliant, and maybe a little bit biased now that I have seen it live, you know, with Josh's drumming being more present, the scream, it does hit another level when you hear the song now after seeing that, which is kind of unfair to people who haven't seen it live. Either way, it's a brilliant song, very emotional, very sad. The real story behind it is just brutal. Top 25, I'm out of breath. I went with Goner. I'm biased towards this song. I think it's brilliant. Album closers are so important to me. This song is important to me. The scream, the emotion, the piano, the drums, everything about it. The visuals for the live version of the song during the Blurry Face tour. If you watch videos or been to that tour, you know. It's just so peak. Goner's very good. Then I went with maybe the best written song, like debatably on this list, but in terms of like an all-around song, there's others that I enjoy a little bit more. I went with Neon Gravestones off of Trench. Ball knowers know that this is just peak. Neon Gravestones is fascinating, absolutely brilliant. The writing is just, it's mind-blowing. It's worlds above anything else they've really done, which is saying a lot because they have great writing. You know, Tyler's a great writer, but Neon Gravestones just hits that other level. Ahead of that, I went with the closing song on Trench, Neon Gravestone. What? Leave the City. I'm literally reading it and I said Neon Gravestone. Leave the City. Leave the City, peak. Productions, masterclass. Writing, masterclass. He's spazzing. Verses are so good. Not a single word is wasted. It's just great. It really is, and it's very important to the story of Trench. It closes off that chapter and that album. Brilliant. Now, this is definitely a hot take to have above something like Leave the City and Neon Gravestones. I went with Pet Cheetah. I know what you're thinking. What are you doing? Pet Cheetah is so much fun. Very unique song. No other song like it in their discography. It is so hype. The ending, oh my god, just on repeat. It is such an interesting perspective and writing approach, and the verses are so fun, and it's just amazing. It's a masterclass. Again, these songs are all peak, okay? Pretty much from like, I don't know, No Chance, Routines in the Night up. No, Center Mass. I'm looking at number 38 here. Center Mass up. Just brilliant. 9 out of 10 songs. After that, I went with Navigating. Navigating is perfect. It really is just so good. I love the bass in the song. I love the chorus. I love the verses. I love how emotional it gets at the end for no reason. They had to do us dirty like that. It's just all around a great song. Never forget the way I reacted to this song for the first time. And a song that's very similar to that, but I think is slightly better, off of Breach, I went with Tally. This song just hits a little bit harder. Verses are so fun. The chorus is a little bit better than Navigating to me, definitely. And it just hits a little bit harder. Okay, we're out of the top 20 now. At number 19, I went with The Contract. The Contract is so good. Oh my gosh, just very unique song in their discography. Rapping is incredible. We get him screaming in this song, which is much needed, you know? If you are a ball knower of 21 Pilots, you know when he screams, the song just gets to another level. The Heavy Dirty Soul, like drum solo in the middle of this song is so good. The audio, like the auto-tune effects on his vocals, it's just, it's so good. It's so good. Then I went with Migraine, writing masterclass right here. So good. The verses are iconic. They literally bring back moments from this song into something like City Walls, which is the most important song they've released in terms of the lore, and they reference this song. Chorus is iconic, super legendary, super catchy. It's top 20 for sure. And you know how important album closers are to me. Then I went with Paladin Straight, one of the boldest things they've ever done, leaving us on a cliffhanger with the Hello Clancy before we set up Breach. Oh my gosh. This song feels like a movie, and especially with the music video giving us that like Avengers level movie. But even just hearing the song, like the way it builds up, you could tell things were about to go down when this music video came out. Setting up the story for yet another chapter, but also bringing us to this point. It was so emotional, and it was like I was nervous for this song when it came out. Then I went with Chlorine, a classic in their discography. Very catchy chorus. The rap verse when it just comes out of nowhere, so peak. The ending with the atmospheric like ambience and reverb vocals, super fun. And of course, this song introduced us to Ned, the legend. Ahead of that, I went with My Blood. I think this song is on par with something like Chlorine, but I think the subject matter just does a little bit more for me personally. It is a beautiful song. It is so emotional and very catchy. This song is one of the most catchy they've ever written to this day. Then I went with Car Radio, hood classic. So much fun. Can't believe they didn't put it on the tour. What is we doing, baby? Come on. The writing is so good. Like, it is such a fun song, but so sad. But the progression is incredible. The way the beat builds up, the scream, it's just got it all. This song has it all in terms of 21 Pilots song. Now at number 13, I went with Nico and the Niners. Oh god, I could just yap about the song all day. The rap verses, the chorus, the ukulele, the drums, the metaphor, the subject matter, the talking about East is up and Nico and the Niners, the Dima. the whole lore of this song, like, you don't even have to know what he's talking about and you're gonna love this song, you know? I have friends who love this song, don't even know what a Nico and the Niners is. They're saying, what the heck is a Nico? What the heck is a Niners? You know, they're talking about the 49ers. This ain't football, this is Dima. Or whatever, I don't know. Then I went with Drum Show. It was very close to being below something like Nico and even Car Radio and even My Blood, but Drum Show's so good. We got Josh Dunn singing. We have Tyler Joseph screaming. We have Buddy K tweaking. Like, it's got it all. Again, another 21 Pilots song that has it all. And that's what a lot of these songs in the top like 15 have, is they mix everything I love about a 21 Pilots song. Like Tyler yelling, breakdowns, piano, heavy drums, bass, a good riff. Like, it has to have it all. Drum Show is up here. This song, so good. Next up, I went with Guns for Hands, staple song. This song hits even harder now for some reason, especially after seeing on tour when he says always after City Walls and then Guns for Hands starts. Oh my gosh. I've yapped about the writing on so many songs, but this one, truly brilliant. Guns for Hands metaphor. It's too good. If you were around when this song first came out, oh my god, you know, I was like a little child, not really fully understanding. But now, as I started understanding, I was like, wow, what else can I say? This song, it feels very earned. It's perfect. All of these songs really in this like top 15 range are pretty much 10 out of 10s to me. But officially in the top 10, I went with Next Semester. I think this song is extremely important. I think what he's singing about is so sad, but the way he's able to make it into this like rocking banger is so good. The drumming, Josh's drumming on the song is on another level. Like, his drumming really stood out on this album and especially on this song. The breakdown into the ukulele at the end is very emotional and hits hard. This song just does it all again. Next up, I went with Ode to Sleep, and as much as I glaze album outros, I also need to say album intros are so important to me, and you'll see that because this top 10 is filled with album intros. Ode to Sleep, one of my introductions to this band. Incredible. Still one of his craziest verses, and there's multiple of them on this song. Chorus is addicting, production's crazy, the drumming is incredible, the synths are insane. It has it all, the verses are just crazy. One of my most played 21 Pilots songs, probably my most played 21 Pilots song of all time. At number 8, I went with Heavy Dirty Soul. Now, of course, having seen it live and knowing that the scream happens at the end does affect the ranking. It has it higher for me, even though I know the studio version does not have the scream. It's how I picture the song, and if it actually had the scream, this is where it would be. I know that's kind of unfair, but this song still, the scream doesn't make it. You know, this song's brilliant. Could not believe what I was hearing for the first time when this came on. It is just such a statement, such a way to start off that album. Still a very important key song in their discography. Chorus is probably like one of their best, one of their most addicting. Like, if you know this song, this is like, you know the chorus by heart, okay? You're singing it right now. You're hitting your little imaginary tambourine right now as I'm saying this. Rap verses are incredible. It's on the same level as Ode to Sleep for me, but it hits just a little bit harder, you know? Then, after some deep soul searching, because I didn't know where to put this one, I ended up putting Overcompensate ahead of those two. I know. At first, I always had like Overcompensate below Heavy Dirty Soul and Ode to Sleep, but Overcompensate just has that sauce. It really does. Bringing back the Bandito like outro to start this song, the beat switch, the welcome back to Trench, the way the beat switches before that rap verse starts, him introducing us that he's Clancy, shouting out Josh Dunn, the drum pattern is insane, the rapping is some of his best, the chorus is mind-blowing, that last verse is just so good, the Sol Corazon part, it is insane, and it's such a crazy way to start off an album. And I will say, it definitely helps the fact that they were gone for like so long, and we had Skilled and Icy, and then this came out. It was too much. It really was. Like, it was overwhelming. And I'll just never forget how this song made me feel. I was tweaking. I went to get Pizza Hut after this, and I told the cashier about this song. I think they spit in my food. You guys are either going to unsubscribe and block my channel, or you're gonna think I'm a genius. In the top 6, at number 6, I went with Downstairs. Yes, okay, hear me out. I know some people don't like this song, and I get it. It's weird, it's bold, it's different. But as a long-term 21 Pilot fan, someone who loves something like Original at Best, a self-titled, a No fun intended. This was too much for me. I cried during this song. That doesn't happen. This is the song I listen to the most on Breach. This song hits like a truck. I want to get a tattoo representing the song somewhere next to my little Clancy man right there. This song's just brilliant. Chorus is so good. The fact it was written like 14 years ago and then kind of returned to and finished for Breach. The emotion, the passion in Tyler's voice, it was like everything came back from when he was a teenager and was brought back into this song. The metaphors, religion is a heavy element of this song. The screaming, the production, the glitchy, like dubsteppy, I don't even know, crazy instrumental. It's too much. It's perfect. I love this song to death. I know some people have this as like their least favorite on Breach because it's different, and I get it. I honestly do get if you're just not the biggest fan of the song because it's so sonically different than the rest on Breach, Clancy, Trench, anything like that. But for me, it is so good. It is so important. I got to see this live at the LA show. I'm going to actually throw up my reaction when the song started because it makes me laugh every time. This was me and my sister's reaction when this song started, because we didn't know if they were going to do it, and this is it when it started. No! We're in the top 5 now. How long have I been recording? 48 minutes. Jesus Christ. Okay, top 5. I went with City Walls. I think this is a perfect song. So the top 5 is all kind of like 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D, City Walls, perfect song. It is so good. That opening riff is already infamous and so iconic. The fact it re-loops into Heavy Dirty Soul and the story kind of repeats. Of course, with that music video being so devious and dirty, I can't believe that's how the story ended. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry just thinking about it. I don't want to think about it. I think this song is very similar to something like an Overcompensate, but I think it does it better. I think it hits harder. I think the verses are better. I think the chorus is more addicting than Overcompensate, which is tough to do, but they did it. And of course, the second half of the song with the Entertain My Faith, the logo, when he hits the logo, it's seriously too much. As just a man here, it was too much for me. City Walls, perfect song. No other song quite like it. Even though their song's very similar, no other song hits the way this one does. Then at number 4, I went with Trees. This song, again, just perfect. So important. The writing is so deep. The metaphors are incredible. The ending is like a celebration and hope, It's everything. And of course, this being the last song they do during a tour. And it's so powerful. It holds some heavy weight. If I had never seen this song live, I don't think I'd have it in the top 5. But having been there for multiple shows now, in that pit, holding that drum, it does something different. They knew what they're doing putting this song as the last song on the tour. It's just brilliant. Number 3, I went with Drag Path, the original version, the original mix from the digital files. This song is brilliant. Like I said, with everything I didn't like about the new one per se, this one has all those things. It has a very rewarding build-up. It has a very emotional kind of section before you get that heavy build-up. The vocals are some of the best he's ever put onto display. I can't believe this wasn't a real part of Breach, honestly. I think this is like the true ending of Breach. The writing is incredible. Chorus is so good. It's one of their best songs. It's a masterpiece. At number 2, Holding On To You. Rap poet, didn't even know it. Want me to show it? Joe it. I don't know who Joe is, but Holding On To You. Of course, just a classic. How can I not have this in the top 5? It is number 2 because the song at number 1 I just think is so fun. But Holding On To You, incredible, iconic. Everyone's heard this song at some point in their life, I'm sure. Chorus, fantastic. Rap verses, incredible. Production's great. Entertain My Faith, the OG of that. The emotion on this song, the production on this song, the feel-good energy with the heavy lyrics. It's brilliant. I cannot believe they didn't do this on the Breach tour. Anyone else? Anyone else? The fact they took this off the set list was diabolical, but I know they've been doing it forever. Holding On To You, very important. Probably the most important song they've ever released. Is that fair to say? And at number 1, although all these top 5 are very interchangeable, I personally think my favorite 21 Pilots song is Jumpsuit, and I think all around it sounds the best. So gritty, so heavy. The writing is great. The chorus is brilliant. The riff works as a chorus, you know? Like there's a riff chorus because it's so good. The piano switch up in the middle. I'm picturing the yellow confetti fall down as we speak. The scream at the end of the song. It is such a perfect way to introduce us to Trench, to this story, and I just can't get enough of this song. To this day, I still think it's like their best song all around. It's brilliant. It really is. And now that I've been recording for 53 minutes and I am out of breath, that is the conclusion of my 21 Pilots ranking for every song they've ever released. Let me know what you guys thought of my ranking in the comments below. I know this list is all over the place. I know it's very hard. This was a lot of fun, very challenging. I'm tired. I'm going to bed. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed. Let me know if you actually stuck around for the whole list. I'd love that. Let me know what your favorite song is, what your least favorite song is, what you think I got wrong, or what you disagreed with the most. But let's be civil about it. Please, please, please. No Sabrina. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace. Peace.